Okay, I want to use this opportunity to go over your Chapter 1 test with you so that those of you who intend to take the retest will have the right solutions. You already have this on paper for the practice test. I would recommend after you listen to this, then go back and grab your practice test and do it over. Okay, there should be a blank copy of it on Prism. Try it again after you've studied this one. You've already got the answers for it. Okay, on problem number 1, that's our picture, and we're naming a right angle. Remember, right angle is 90 degrees, and that's the right angle symbol right there. To name that angle, we start out on one of the rays, we go into the vertex, and then out on the other ray. So on that one, you want to call it angle RPS. Now that's the same as angle SPR. Both of those are good names for the right angle that's shown. Now, whenever two lines come together, if they're forming one right angle, they'll be forming another one right next to it, because those two angles will have to add up to 180. We call those linear pairs, so if that's a 90, that's a 90. Well, in this particular picture up there, that means even though it's not marked, we know that angle SPW is also a right angle. Of course, you can say it backwards, angle WPS. So any of those work. Now, from this point on in the video, when I say angle RPS, I'm not going to write SPR. You should know then for the rest of the video that if you just put them in backwards order, it will be the same angle. It's important that the letter in the middle, which is the vertex of the angle, is still in the middle both times, however. Okay, that's problem number 1. On problem number 2, it simply asks you about the measure of angle RPS. And the measure of angle RPS is 90. So number 1 was that. Number 2 is 90. Problem number 3. I'm going to get rid of these two. Problem number 3 deals with this segment that's got R, P, and W on it. And the given information is RP is 4, RW, which is the whole thing, is 9. That's one of the two that we changed on the test. And so this guy has to be 9 minus 4 equals 5. So the two parts will add up to the whole thing. So problem number 3, your answer is 5. Problem number 4 simply wanted another name for angle 5. When we put an angle number in, we always put it near the vertex, so the vertex is P, and then the angle will connect with the ray on each side of the number. So this is angle SPT. Number 4 is angle SPT. Okay, problem number 5. Problem 5 says angle 6 and what angle form a pair of vertical angles? Well, vertical angles occur where two lines completely cross. They are the angles across from each other. So that pair would be a pair of vertical angles, or this pair with 2 marks here is a pair of vertical angles. So you want to look in the picture and find a situation where two lines completely cross. And the two lines that completely cross are RW and MT. And the vertical angle with angle 4 right across from it here will have angle 6. So the answer for number 5, you can write it as angle 6, or if you want to use letters, it would be angle TPW. Okay, problem number 5, an angle that forms a linear pair with angle 6. Well, another thing that you get when two lines cross, you get the two pairs of vertical angles, but you also get lots of linear pairs. The ones that aren't across, that are next to each other, are linear pairs. So in this picture, angles 1 and 2 are a linear pair, 2 and 3 are a linear pair, 3 and 4 are a linear pair, 4 and 1 are a linear pair, side by side along a straight line. So we want a linear pair with angle 6. Well, if you look at angle 6 there, it's formed, it's right here. It's got an angle directly next to it there. That's angle MPW. So angle MPW and angle 6 form a linear pair. Now there's also one on the other side. It's harder to see because this line is cutting through it. So if I put it in that diagram, that other line would be there. But 6 and this angle form a linear pair. That's angle TPR. TPR. And that's problem number 6. Those are your two possible answers. Okay, problem number 7. Angle 5 and what angle add up to 180? Well, linear pairs add up to 180. So what we're asking for is what angle is a linear pair with angle 5? We're just asking the question a different way. Now notice this guy doesn't go across, so I'm going to have to, when I think about angle 5, it's here in the diagram, and there's the T, the S, the P, and over here you've got an M. Okay, it's this angle there along the straight line with angle 5 is angle SPM. So angle SPM forms a linear pair with angle 5. That was problem number 7. Problem number 8. Problem number 8, we want to know TPW and what add up to 90. Well, angle TPW is the same as angle 6. Now notice that angles 5 and 6 together make up the right angle SPW. So since the two parts have to add up to the whole thing, angles 5 and 6 have to add up to 90. So your answer for problem number, where are they adding up to 90? Oh, number 8, problem number 8, your answer is angle 5. Angle 5 can also be called angle TPS. Okay, next one we're classifying angle RPM as acute, obtuse, or right. And we can see that angle RPM, that's the same as angle 4, is smaller than a right angle. A right angle would go straight up like this, and this is just a part of what would be the right angle. So this guy is acute. Number 10, we're back to dealing with segments, and this time we're dealing with segment MP. And here we have that P is the midpoint. P is, I said the wrong one. They gave us that P is the midpoint of segment RW. So we were dealing with segment RW. And we were told that RP was 16, and we wanted to know how long PW is. Well, if this is the midpoint, then those two parts are equal, and the answer is 16. So number 10 is 16. Number 11. This time, we have that P is the midpoint of MT. So this time we're dealing with MT. There's M, there's T, and they're giving that P is the midpoint, which again means those parts are equal. So you're given that MP is 3x plus 1, and that PT is 19. Well, again, those two parts have to be equal because P is the midpoint. So 3x plus 1 equals 19. That's 3x equals 18. And we'll be getting x equals 6 for our answer. On problem number 12, they tell us that ray PT bisects angle SPW. Well, SPW is that 90. Bisect means cuts into two equal parts. If it does that, those would both have to be 45. So the answer to number 12 is 45 degrees. On problem number 13, it's dealing with the segment MT again, MT, and that has P between. This time we don't know that P is the midpoint, it's just some point between. And we know that MP is 6x, PT is 20, and that MT is 10x. Well, what we would know then is the two parts have to add up to the whole thing, so that's 6x plus 20 equals 10x. And that's almost off the screen, so I'll write it up here. 6x plus 20 equals 10x. So now that we've got our equation, I'll get rid of that and we can solve. This is, if I would subtract the 6x from both sides, 20 equals 4x, x equals 5. Okay, on problem number 5, we are given that the measure of angle 5 is 40 degrees. All right, if the measure of angle 5 is 40, remember 5 and 6 have to add up to that right angle 90. That makes this guy 50. If that guy's 50, angle 6, then its vertical angle is also 50 because vertical angles are congruent to each other. That means angle MPW is the rest of 180 because we said it formed a linear pair with the 50-degree angle, so it has to be 130. So the answers are part A, the measure of angle 4, 50. Part B, the measure of angle 6, 50. And part C, the measure of angle MPW, 130. Okay, on problem number 15, we want the vertex of angle 4. The vertex of every angle in this picture, that's where the rays of the angles come together, is P. So the answer is P. The sides of angle RPS. RPS. The sides of angles are rays. You start at the vertex and you go out. So they are ray, PR, put the ray symbol above the letters PR, put the ray symbol above the letters PS, and those are the sides of angle RPS. Opposite rays. Opposite rays go out opposite directions on the same line. So PR, there's P, there's R up there, ray PR, and going the other way, ray PW are opposite rays. So problem number 17 is ray PW. This was 16, rays PR and PS, 17, ray PW. The intersection of segment RW and MT is the point P. Intersection just means where do they cross in the picture. Okay, they want us on number 19 to name 3 collinear points. Collinear, co-line, same line. So angle points M, P, and T are collinear because they are on the same line. Another set of 3 that are collinear are R, P, and W. So that's your answer for number 19, either one of those 2. Number 20 wants 3 non-collinear points, meaning 3 points that don't lie on the same line. And there's a lot of answers. It's anything except what you wrote down in 19. Any but these guys. And number 21 wants a point in the interior of angle RPT. In the interior means on the inside of the angle. Well, the angle is here, and the point that's on the inside there is S. 21 is S. Okay, I think this is getting to be a long video, so I'm going to cut this one off here at the end. That's page 1, and I'll make another video for the rest of the test.